to the green flag for the main event.
Great start from Tony Stewart there. Maybe he was just holding back. Maybe he knew how to be fast here the whole time. Curious to see how he saves his tires and stays in the front.
Keselowski to the inside of Andretti for second.
He made quick work of Marco, but Marco got right to his rear bumper very aggressively, paying him back for what he felt earlier.
Next in line is Helio Castroneves in that Purdue University Indianapolis machine. Fourth in line.
Helio, my teammate as of 5 days ago. We got to race together, and my brother currently goes to Purdue University, so I like that car.
Looking good so far. Farther back, it's Paul Tracy in the lime green machine and Ryan Newman to his outside.
Very fair racing so far. That will certainly degrade as we go here, but good to see people kind of feeling things out and hopefully saving their tires for a battle at the end.
I'll tell you, Newman worked that outside lane in that heat race so much and for so long, and then ended up fading back off Clint Boyer a little bit. You wonder how long he'll stay out there, and now gives it up and goes to the bottom.
Yeah, it's interesting. You see Boyer still the only one using that apron, but I'm just curious to see if that top lane can gain any more momentum for the end of the race.
Here's Kyle Busch in the red machine, Florida Panthers car to the inside of Bobby Labonte in the Sport Clips machine. So Kyle will pick up fifth position, Labonte back to sixth.
Yeah, Bobby just not quite able to make that high lane work, and Kyle, obviously a very, very experienced stock car racer. He knows what he's doing down there, and I'm very curious to see how he continues to make this car work. And that guy's going to learn more and more every lap. And by the end of the race, if he's saved his tires, he's going to be one to battle with for sure.
Paul Tracy sails it into turn 3 to the inside of Labonte, and he'll pick up that spot.
Kyle's got a great view of this battle here. He is really hoping that Marco forces Helio up just enough to slide in and take another position away. Okay.
Hang on, Helio.
Helio didn't turn left that entire straight.
Somehow I feel like the temperature inside that 06 car just got really warm.
That was actually fantastic. Kyle could have flat out just spun Helio, but he basically just drifted him into the corner. And that's what we like to see here at SRX. Just a nice bit of artistic motion.
With the Florida Panthers logo on the hood, chasing the Camping World car of Brad Keselowski, Cup Series champion from 2012, who gets to go home to Berlin in Michigan, his home state, next week. Here's Kyle Busch. He gets Keselowski and turns him around.
He tried the exact same move on Tony, and Brad Keselowski was not having it. That is a darn shame. Brad is going to be very upset about that.
I would think so.
And Tony is currently upset with Kyle as he's pulling up right next to him and probably wave some hands at him. Or display some fingers of sorts.
Well, try to do the exact same thing he did to Stewart down in turn 1.
And again, without spotters, this is very difficult because a spotter in the NASCAR Cup Series would have told Brad that he had a car looking inside. And if anything, to be honest, Kyle was there. Like, Kyle wasn't going to disappear. But, yeah, with no spotters here, that's really, really difficult to make work unless Brad is aware of what's going on there. And also, Brad's trying to be defensive, too. Thankfully for Brad, though, no contact. So the tires are going to be slightly flat-spotted, potentially, which is going to suck.
Not good.
But no contact with the wall.
Everybody's figuring out now, hey, I'm watching Boyer do this. I'm going to try that apron. Stewart's below the line. Newman's down there.
Newgarden is also down there, and he's also wrecking his former teammate, Helio Castroneves. And, wow, there is...
Chain reaction. Bobby Labonte is spun around in turn number 3. Marco Andretti has spun in the stack-up. And that all after Helio Castroneves was sideways for about half the back straightaway trying to save his car after contact off turn 2.
Yeah, there was enough spinning happening down the back straight into 3 that they're going to hand out X Games medals after this. Goodness gracious.
Brian Deegan's here.
Brian Deegan is here. I did see him. Yes.
He's got a pile of them. All right, watch Castroneves. Third car from the left of the frame. He gets nipped by...
Oh, Joseph Newgarden getting a little aggressive on the bumper.
Oh, and then that last shot as Newgarden cleared Castroneves when they clanked wheels there, that sent Elio up in front of Bobby Labonte.
Yeah, a lot going on there. Joseph tried to get off Elio's left rear, but then he hit a bump in the racetrack, and that kind of sent him right back into Elio. Just tough to control cars, when you're beating and banging like that. And also, something you have to remember about us IndyCar drivers as well, we're not used to power steering that these cars have. And when the steering can react so much faster than we're used to because of how easy these are to steer compared to the cars that we drive. I bet Tony Stewart is begging to get to the bottom of the racetrack right now. That seems to be where the true speed is found at the moment.
Oh, trouble front straightaway. It is
contact.
Newgarden and Tracy, and they collect Ken Schrader and sweep him to the inside wall. Haley Deegan also spun around.
That was not a fun accident to watch. It just looked like, again, a lot of bumps coming off of 4 here, and when 2 cars are side by side, one moment can cause disaster. Real shame for Ken Schrader as well. He was having a silent night, but moving up slowly but surely.
Minding his own business and got swept away.
That was a big one. That is no fun. I have no idea how Paul Tracy's car is even still moving. Most of it looks like it is not wanting to remain attached to the vehicle.
It's not moving well, so here's another look.
So as you see here, both cars, I mean, Paul just flat out ran Joseph into the wall. That's a real shame. I mean, that's easily avoidable, and it's a shame because there's a lot of damage to a lot of good drivers and a lot of good race cars as well.
This is on board with Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah, that's inexcusable, really. I mean, Paul was hoping Joseph Newgarden was going to be a magician and disappear, and that's physically not possible. So you hate to see that for both Joseph and all the other cars who were innocent victims.
Bobby Labonte's
Yeah, this is when you just get on the brakes and hope everyone else behind you got on the brakes as well. That's no fun at all. That's the worst case scenario for a driver who's going through a big smoky field of absolute zero vision.
So Joseph Newgarden, Paul Tracy, Ken Schrader.
Looks like there's going to be some interesting words shared here. Perhaps an altercation of sorts.
Having a conversation. No doubt with humor, as Kenny always does, but he always makes his point.
You think Ken would throw a punch?
No.
I don't think so either. He's a nice fella. But does Tony see the mind that Clint's been using, and now can he take advantage of it? Oh, we got another spinner.
Trouble. Marco Andretti has some contact and gets spun around in turn 3. The caution is out with 3 laps to go.
Poor Marco's car's falling apart too. That is a darn shame. He was an innocent victim of that last crash as well.
So after the last wreck, that nose piece you see had been knocked loose, and then before he spun in turn 3, in turn 1, his car bottomed out heavily and had a big shower of sparks. Like, you see the right front there sparking? Like something came loose under the car. And then when he tried to turn down into the corner,
when you go through an accident like he just went through, there's a low chance that other things aren't severely damaged as well. Yeah, it looked like he had something fail there on the right front. It's kind of odd to see a car jolt left like that, but he clearly is staying out, because why not? He's got to get as many points as possible in this race.
Well, they're not going to let him stay out on the track like that, you see, as he heads behind the wall.
Probably also can't see with the hood like that.
Well, shedding debris around the racetrack too. Yeah. See that sparking underneath the right front? That started when he went into turn 1 before the spin down in turn 3. So that's too bad.
I don't think that'll buff out.
No.
Not 3 laps.
No, sir.
Boy, the field's really thinned out a little bit here.
The herd has thinned, for sure.
And, wow, I'm sure Kyle Busch hates life right now, as it's basically a green-white checker type situation.
So there are 8 of our 12 starters on the racetrack. They're sending the AMR safety team around to just have a final track inspection and make sure any debris that Marco's car might have shed has been picked up and disposed of, and we're getting the 1 to go signal here at the line. So we have 3 laps to go in our main event.
Man, I'm trying to predict. I'm looking at this thinking I don't know who's going to go where. I don't know. Continuously, Clint Boyer picks the bottom. I think Tony Stewart has to go to the top and try to get something out of Kyle Busch and slow him down a little bit. But this is going to be very interesting.
They pulled the damaged nose piece from Marco Andretti's car. He's trying to catch up to the field. Kyle Busch in the red machine. Inside, Tony Stewart outside. Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman in row 2. Green flag, 3 laps to go.
Great start from Tony Stewart. He's got to stay to the outside of Kyle here to have any chance of competing with him into turn 3.
Boyer rolls the bottom. Stewart tries to roll the top, but Kyle Busch gets away. 2 laps to go.
Clint Boyer is getting extra greedy with that apron. He wants all the grip possible as he tries to make this move on Tony Stewart. He's going to get it done, but is Tony going to fire him off into turn 1 with 2 to go here? Smooth sailing for Kyle Busch. Well, he is happy as can be.
He has gotten away, and you'll see the white flag here. 1 lap to go for Kyle Busch. Farther back, Keselowski and Newman in a fight. That's for 4th place, with Keselowski trying to continue to recover the lost ground, but off of turn number 4 will come Kyle Busch in his first try. He is going to win the Camping World SRX Series main event in Pulaski County, Virginia.
Three victories for Cup guys in a row as well this season so far. Someone from IndyCar has got to bring the fight to him.
Well, Tony Kanaan gave it a good run last week. Tonight, it's going to be a guy who wanted to come here to have fun. Kyle Busch. Well, Matt, I think the winner has the most fun, right?
The guy loves chasing trophies, Slinger National, Snowball Derby, Prelude to the Dream. You love those special all-star type short track events. This is another one. Why does this one mean so much to you? Because you're watching them all at home the past 2 years.
Absolutely. No, it's just, it's fun. You know, it's just a great atmosphere and environment and everything to be able to just be around some really cool and really great race car drivers, some great personalities as well, too. And I love being able to just, hey, buddy, what's up, Rex? And just love being able to race, you know. I'd race more if I could, but there's only so much you can get in and so much you can do. But just want to thank the Florida Panthers, Camping World, Bass Pro, Goodyear, everybody, Sparco, Rowdy Energy, all the fine folks that have helped me to be able to get here. Hawk and everybody from SRX, all the hard work they've done. They've got a few more this week that got to get worked on. I was about ready to be a part of that at one of those moments in the race, but glad it all worked out.
Let's go back to that. You traded some decals with Tony Stewart, which was a racing deal, but the Brad Keselowski incident, another racing deal. How would you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, the Castro Neves was on the top there, and he was really, really, really hacking to the bottom trying to get down. And I'm like, no, when somebody knocks a hole for you, you want to follow them through, you know? So it's a free spot for me, not for you. So keep your nose in there. And, you know, it knocked the fender out a little bit on it there at that time. And then the Brad deal, yeah, I got a good run off of 4, and I really wasn't ready to pass him yet for the lead, but got a good run on him, got a good launch, and was alongside of him, right front to left rear, and he arced it out nice and then came down, and I was there. So, you know, part of racing, yeah, racing deal, but, you know, it's hard in these things because the vision's not great in the mirrors and everything else. Like, I get it. But you also got to be aggressive in that same stance in being able to hold your ground and take those spots when you can get them.
Fun meters certainly pay. Kyle Busch taking home some hardware from Southwest Virginia.